As NBA fans, we like to imagine hypothetical scenarios for our favorite teams. Who wouldn't want to see 2 or 3 big names defending our colors and competing for an NBA championship? However, sometimes people take things a little too far and start imagining things that will never happen. Recently, fans went crazy when somebody proposed a trade that would send Kyrie Irving to the Los Angeles Lakers. According to mock trades, Andre Drummond, Dennis Schroeder, and the 2027 first-round pick would do the job for the Lakers in an imaginary scenario. Well, the idea didn't sit well with people, who quickly called them out for having no respect for Kyrie. Kyrie Irving remains as much a target for the Lakers as Kawhi Leonard. League sources say, now that the Lakers are sure they can open maximum cap space, they are swinging for the fences despite all of the signals that have pointed Irving to Lakers. Hey, before we get to the video, if you haven't already subscribed to our Trade Hoops channel, then please subscribe to it so that you can get all the latest notifications of our videos. So let us start with today's video. Because of salary cap rules, if the trade is consummated in late July, the Lakers would have the space to add another maximum contract. That cap space could be used on players like Kyrie Irving, all-star point guards who will be free agents. That scenario would require the Lakers to draft the 4th overall pick for the Pelicans, or whatever team has its rights by the time of the draft, then sign that player as quickly as possible. League rules do not allow a signed draft pick to be traded for 30 days, which would make July 20th the earliest date the trade could be consummated. As of late this week, teams interested in pursuing Kyrie Irving remained under the impression that the Nets were the odds-on favorite to land the point guard, per sources. But now teams interested in Irving, including the Knicks and Lakers, had been led to believe that they are out of the running to sign him, those sources say. Irving and Lakers star LeBron James won a championship together while they were teammates with the Cavaliers from 2014 to 17. But Irving reportedly wanted a bigger role and asked Cleveland to trade him before he was eventually sent to the Celtics. Irving, however, said he apologized to James during a phone call in late January. Windhorst reported, "If you had asked me 6 months ago, I'd have said the door was closed and locked. Irving signing with Los Angeles was not going to happen. But over the last few months, there has no doubt been thawing between Kyrie and LeBron, and Kyrie has become more open to joining the Lakers and has done some research on the organization. The all-star guard reportedly has had discussions about joining the Lakers this summer." A James Irving reunion might seem far-fetched, but the two stars hung out together Thursday in Los Angeles, and then James liked a photoshopped picture of Irving in a Lakers jersey. Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving, an NBA champion and 7-time All-Star, has become the face of a vocal minority of prominent NBA stars voicing their hesitancy toward the COVID-19 vaccine. The All-Star guard, who serves as vice president of the players' union that blocked the NBA's effort to impose a vaccine mandate, has sparked a backlash from health experts and basketball legends for refusing to get vaccinated. It's a stance that could cost Irving games and money, since New York City requires proof of vaccination to attend large indoor events. That rule would include players performing before fans at Brooklyn's Barclays Center. The NBA confirmed Wednesday that salaries will be withheld from players who do not play because their unvaccinated status does not allow them to do so given local ordinances. That could cost Irving half his $34 million salaries for Brooklyn's home games alone. It could also cost the Nets, Las Vegas's favorite to win the NBA title this year, a title. Yet Irving, an NBA iconoclast known for irreverent views, has shown no real sign of backing down. "Obviously I'm not able to be present there today," Irving told reporters on Zoom during the Nets media day, which he was unable to attend due to the city's vaccine rules. "But that doesn't mean I'm putting any limits in the future on my being able to join the team. It wasn't for a game or even a true practice, but it was a minor step forward." The Nets' mercurial superstar guard, who had been separated from the team since its return from the West Coast on Monday, took part in a light public workout at Brooklyn Bridge Park. Irving, the only player to wear a face mask on Saturday, missed a full week of practice and Friday's preseason game against the Bucks due to his refusal to comply with local vaccine mandates. But after New York City determined on Friday that the Nets' practice facility is a private office building, he can now return to practice in Brooklyn starting on Sunday. He received a loud ovation from the crowd upon his introduction and immersed himself in the community event. Irving shot around with his teammates and took part in a team-wide game of knockout. He threw miniature basketballs and t-shirts into the crowd and signed some autographs. "I think we're taking it one step at a time, so to have everyone here outside at this event is pretty special," reserve guard Patty Mills said during the event. One possible idea that has been floated around the NBA is that Kyrie could be traded to LA and reunite with LeBron. The trade would likely have to include Russell Westbrook for salary reasons, and the Nets would get a vaccinated point guard in Westbrook and perhaps some other pieces. However, there are two main issues with this idea. First off, we are not really sure what the state of Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook's friendship is after Durant left the Thunder a few years ago. Secondly, the city of Los Angeles recently joined San Francisco and New York in mandating vaccines for large indoor gatherings, putting a damper on this possible deal. There have also been multiple Ben Simmons for Kyrie Irving trade reports. This is a match on paper, as Simmons is sitting out of Nets training camp awaiting to be dealt away. Simmons would add needed perimeter defense for Brooklyn, while Irving could team up with Joel Embiid and possibly lead the 76ers to the finals this year. The salaries also match up, so there would be no need for a third team to be involved. This could be a straight player-for-player swap. There have been plenty of other trade ideas involving Kyrie Irving as well. The Nets do face one overshadowing dilemma in a potential Kyrie trade. There have been reports that Irving would retire if he were to be traded from Brooklyn. Nick Wright of Fox Sports tweeted that he heard Irving would indeed retire if he was dealt away from the Nets. Wright's tweet stated, "There are a handful of Kyrie trades that potentially make sense for the Nets. Kyrie's agents have made it known that Kyrie would simply retire from the NBA if Brooklyn were to trade him." Irving replied on Twitter by simply writing, "a puppet," with an actual graphic of a puppet. This response could be promising for the Nets if they decide to try and trade him, as perhaps the retirement reports were blown out of proportion. So, what did you think of the trade? Let us know in the comments section, and to stay up to date with my latest videos and latest NBA news, make sure to subscribe to the Trade Hoops YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button. If you like watching our video, then please don't forget to like and share and obviously subscribe. Thank you for watching.